Okay, here we are. Welcome to another Saucy Saturday. Just figured it out. I hope everyone had a great week. Okay, here we are. Welcome to another Saucy Saturday. Just figured it out. I hope everyone had a great week. Okay, here we are. Welcome to another Saucy Saturday. Just figured it out. I hope everyone had a great week. There. There we go. Sorry about that. Let's minimize this. Okay. So let's go again. All right. So hope you guys had a great week. One of our teammates had hit a great milestone, and I look forward to us all getting there sooner than later. Let's see. I need to turn this down. Okay. So we're going to, quickly go through the basics. I'm just going to show you the different websites that I use when I am about to do a trading session. And then we're going to take a look at a new broker that the team may be venturing into using going forward. So is everybody good? Drop a one in the chat if everybody can hear me, because I had a little bit of technical difficulty. Want to make sure everything's all good right now. Drop a one in the chat if everyone can hear me. Okay. Let me check and see. 1-1. Awesome. Ty, you heard that you need to you're hearing triple. Yeah. Okay. I don't know why. I always forget that there has got to be a way that I can bypass that so that I hit the go live button and then I'm not just talking and then start hearing myself. But anywho, so let's get into it. First things first, we're going to take a look at the compound calculator. We know that the site I use for that is compounddaily.org. And why do we need the compound calculator? Hold on. We need the compound calculator because when it comes to trading, you want to have a trading plan. You know, anything that you do in life, you have a plan. And there's no difference when it comes to trading. Okay. So we use compounddaily.org. And as a newbie, your target should be, say, 4 or 5% daily. Okay. Let's not go wild and crazy. I know I have 5 to 8% growth daily here, but that's for someone who's a more seasoned trader. We're going to scale it back a little bit. We want to go for, say, 4 to 5% in a day. And we know we're not perfect. We may not hit that mark every single time, but it's a good goal to strive for, right? If you hit 1% growth, you're still winning, because we know that the different financial institutions, if you put your money in a checking or savings account, you won't even get 1%, right? So let's take a look at what this site looks like. Compounddaily.org. Here we go. All right. Let's make this bigger. All right. So once you come here, I'm going to look at financial calculators, and you want to look at the compound daily interest calculator. Select that, and now we have our calculator. So I'm going to copy this site, copy, and I'll drop it in the chat for you guys here with me on Zoom. Paste. That's the website, compounddaily.org. Okay. Now, when you're looking at this calculator, your goal is whatever you want to make it. But for this demonstration, we're going to go with an 8% daily goal. And let's say we start the account with $100. So $100 is going to be that seed that we're just going to plant. And we just want to water, take care of that seed so that it can flourish and, bear fruit. And compound interest is something that if you don't understand it, you're going to be on the paying end. But once you understand it, as I'm about to break it down for you here, you should now be able to take advantage of this compound interest and do phenomenal things. So $100, if we grow it by 8% every single day, and let's say we do this for 60 days, which is 2 months. And for those 60 days, we're not going to pull anything out. We're just going to keep the profits in. So that gives us more power. So 100% daily reinvestment. And we're not going to include the weekends because here I'm talking about foreign exchange. And when it comes to foreign exchange, the market is open 5 days a week, right? So let's see now, $100, 8% for 2 months. How much is that going to be? Well, it will grow to a little over $10,000, $10,125.52. And this is a calculator. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. This is a calculator. We're humans, so we definitely will not hit that, whatever your goal is, whether it's 4%, 5%, 8%, 20% in a day. It's whatever you want it to be. We know that, you know, we're not going to hit it every time. But if you could be half, if you could do just half and make a cool 5,000 in 2 months, could you be okay with that? I'm okay with that. But let's break it down so we can see how that actually happens. Day one, 8% of $100 is $8. So you just need to make $8 and then you can be done with trading for the day, right? Fast forward to day 30 and 8% is now $74.54. And on the last day, 8% is $750.04. So it's still 8%, but from $8 to 750 in a matter of 2 months, so don't think about the dollar amount that you're making as a percentage when you get started. Just think about the percentage that you're gaining, because you wouldn't be able to get that if you put that money in the bank. You're better off stuffing it under the mattress. At least you won't get charged fees for not having not a high enough minimum balance, right? So that is the first thing that we're looking at, is the compound calculator to give us that plan of action, right? So
I
next.
have a question before you move on.
Okay, awesome.
It's two things. Actually, one I've talked with you about for me personally before, and another I'd just like to know if, would you mind doing, I mean, I know that we can all do it on our own, and I don't know how many people are, using our compound calculator for ourselves. Would you mind doing that with, let's say, 2 or 3%? And I'm just saying, looking at like our road to 5 figures, you let me know last week that nobody has hit that yet. And I'm still on target to get there. But that 10,000 in 2 months, I know for me that 8% is aggressive. I'm kind of able to hit that a bit more now, but my goal is like about 4%. I'm only upping it because I'm way behind. And so do you mind, like, I know you just said Luis just hit his 5 figures. I know that I've been in those sessions for more than 2 months. So could we look at something that might be a bit more realistic to kind of just give us an idea, so that maybe people aren't feeling super behind?
I didn't say the name. I just said a team member.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. You were in the session though. It was public knowledge, right?
I'm live streaming on.
Oh, sorry. Okay, gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah. Um. So, so you want to go with 3%?
Sure.
3%. Okay. Okay. 3% is $589 by the end. So on
Wow.
day one, you need to make $3.
That seems like so little. That's really weird. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just amazing how it's that much of a difference. I never, did it with that number.
Yeah. Well, and that's why the how much you start with is
Mm-hmm.
also going to have a big role in how close, how quickly you can get things accomplished. Because
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
because if you
Um,
start with say $500,
mm-hmm.
let's see, that's close to
Mm-hmm.
3,000. So
Right.
it's
Right. No,
just you start.
I just wanted to just, I never did it for myself. Just kind
Mhm,
of going from where I am. But I know, we're all up and down because we're human, like you said, we're not calculators.
mhm,
But on the other side of it is getting nearer to that goal. I know you're telling us, and you're right, that we need to focus on the amount. I mean, on the percentage,
percentage.
not the dollar amount. And
Mhm,
so at first, when it's just that $8 a day, that, like, I don't have any mental issues with that. But as I'm getting closer to hitting that 5-figure goal, it's the losing a trade, and I realized like it's just a percentage, and we still know how to trade, live trade another day, all the rules are still in play. How do you get over um losing what feels like a big amount when you're just working on a regular trading day?
I really don't know how to answer that for you. It's going to be based on each individual, because if we are not coming from a place where you're accustomed to certain figures, when you get
Mm-hmm.
close, when you are in those kind of figures, say you're comfortable as a hundred year, and now you're a
Mm-hmm.
100,000 year, it's a
Mm-hmm.
difference that you have to adjust to, and maybe you're not accustomed to seeing six figures. So 1% of six figures is different from 1% of $100. So
Mm-hmm.
where you may be comfortable, oh, it's just 1%. When it's six figures and you're losing 1%, and that's a huge number. What's that? $10,000? Is that 10,000? That's what it is, right? Or is it 1,000?
1% is 1,000.
1,000? Well,
Yeah,
I never claimed to be a
I
mathematician.
know, I know.
Uh, so, but to lose $1,000, that's gonna seem like a big deal, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to separate the percentage from the dollar amount. And that's something that each individual has to climb over that mountain for themselves. But
Mm-hmm.
when you're not able to get there, it's okay to reduce. Even if you, oh, my target is 8%, I'm supposed to risk between 2 to 3% because
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little bit more seasoned. You may decide to risk 1%. You may decide to risk half a percentage because
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot of money in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I know that I've done that. So I'm also trying to wrap my mind around bigger figures. So yeah.
I thought that it would happen gradually, like, because I
Hmm.
thought that it would just be a natural progression. Like, okay, I started taking $5 trades, and so like you spend about a week taking around $5 trades, and then spend about a week taking about around $7 trades, and but still, I haven't wrapped my mind around like when I lose, like I want that money, So I don't know if you had some advice for that, because I know what you're saying in my mind, but I just
Yeah, it's a mental shift that has to happen. You really have to just think about percentages. If you focus on percentages and keep telling yourself that, I guess eventually, but it's gradual.
Mhm.
You know?
I'm
Yeah.
listening. Thanks.
Yeah.
Could I say
Okay.
something?
Yes.
Can you guys hear me clearly? Let me take
We
this thing
can.
off 1 second.
Guapo.
So my understanding of that is, you just to add on, it
Mm-hmm.
kind of, it goes back to the whole, it's like scared money don't make no money. So, and I'm not saying that in a way like, yeah, you came from the bottom, but now that you're there, you're gonna have to let go of that. That's just what it is. You don't have to if you ain't trying to get to that level faster, so to speak. But what I've always done is, I look at it like this: from day one, I ain't had the money in the first place. So holding on to it tightly, that's not really gonna change from where I was, because from when I started, I didn't have it. So yes, just because you have it now and you holding on so tightly, you ain't gonna get more in a faster amount of time, so to speak. That's just kind of how I've always looked at it when I having or dealing with more than, what is it? What is it? 5, 6 figures? Same difference. I just rather, oh well, you know what? I ain't had that money in the first place, so I just looked at it as, put it out there and just call it what it is. Especially if you're going off of the knowledge that you've attained, then yeah, I would just say, just got to throw it up there.
And I guess to gather what I'm getting from what you're saying, yeah, if say I start trading with $100, that's all I
Hmm.
invested, and now I have um 5 figures or high 4 figures. I should be okay because I'm not gonna lose if I don't lose the $100. That should, just thinking about it from that perspective, I guess. I only started with $100. So if I take a lesson, I guess I can think of it like that. Well, I started with 100 and I have this, and just work with my percentages. I guess I don't know. Does that make sense? Ty, I never thought of
Um,
it like that.
I see how it could make sense for someone.
Okay,
That
yeah,
doesn't help me, but I'm just, like you said, it's a personal thing, and I'm just gonna
yeah,
have to figure out my way through it. That's all.
yeah. It's everybody has to carry their own.
Yeah, we're all gonna have to do it on our own.
Yeah, yeah. But thank you for the
Yeah.
participation.
Muchas gracias, el re guapo.
Sí, sí.
Can I,
um,
well, go ahead. All right.
pardon me. What was that, Brian?
No, I was saying go ahead because you're going to move on. It's all good. Go ahead.
Well, if you will have something to add, I'd like to hear it. Go ahead.
Well, I just know as well, I mean, just to piggyback off um what was just said, was
Mhm.
that, I know when we were at the conference as well, you know, when they were speaking about just the people moving up from, their ranking up and things, that when it hit a certain dollar figure, like they said, now you have, you move differently when you get to these numbers. And so, even though he, like you said, scam money can make money, if you've seen your account grow, then, you have to start moving forward as a person that I see, the 5 figures in my account. You can't keep moving like you only got 3 figures in your account or 4 figures in your account. You have to start moving like you got 5 figures coming into your account. So you have to have that mindset. And like I had talked with you too, Alethea, where the young lady told me that, hey man, if you got the money to be able to stick a certain amount in your account and you know what you're doing, then you need to go ahead and do that, and you'll see your account move differently as well. So I just want to add that in there, some, you got to get your mindset on moving differently as you're growing.
And that's what she was asking, how to get the mindset there. And I'm saying, I don't know how
You got
it's
to do
all
it.
personal.
Yeah, but you gotta, just like you grew yourself to being able to trade on your own, and you got to that, you
Mhm.
got to start. Okay, I need to move as a 5-figure trader. I need to start making those moves.
And everybody does it in their own time, because remember, before I actually decided to do calls, you guys were already telling me that I can, but I just was scared. So, everybody moves, in their own time. So
Right.
I'm sure she'll get there. I myself am not there. So, you
Yeah,
know.
I know that I got to. I just was hoping that I could get some motivation, or not motivation, but ideas on how. That's so it will come. It will come.
You just have to focus on the percentage. Think,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that was so easy at the beginning, and now I don't know why there's this mental block there,
Go
but
get you some acupuncture then.
I'm willing to try about anything, and I do meditate and everything before I trade, and that helps. I will admit that helps, but that kind of just gets me in a calm mode to trade. Like I know I'll win more than I lose. Like I trade well, but it's still that percentage. Like one loss and like, oh, I don't want to trade anymore. So this was the first week that I actually made myself trade past a couple of what I considered bigger losses. And
Right.
it went fine. I hit my percentages, but still I'm like, do I want to do that next week? I don't know. Like I want to just win. So
Uh, well,
Baby.
I was
that's my
serious
new
about that.
strategy. Only
I was
win, no
serious about that.
losses. That'll help.
Yeah, I was serious though. Try some acupuncture. They can help you get past that mental thought and block.
I'll give it a try. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Okay. All right. So, risk management. This is super important, right? So, risk management, we want to grow 3 to 5% when we're starting out, right? We're doing 1% per trade, right? We're risking 1% of our account for each trade. And there are 2 times you stop trading. You stop trading, one, when you hit your target, or you stop trading, secondly, if you hit what we'll call your stop loss, right? So if your goal is 5%, you hit that, you stop trading. What you're willing to lose, maybe you decide it's 3%, maybe you decide it's 2%. So if you hit that, you stop trading. So every time before you get your trading session underway, you want to know the numbers and you want to follow the numbers. And I know it can be a little bit challenging sometimes, but you just got to work on that, right? Next stop, we're going to look at Forex Factory, right? Forex Factory is where we're going to check the news, because doing binary options, it's a time-based style of trading. So it's very sensitive. Any little news event can totally affect whatever you have going on. You can have your perfect analysis and everything is great, and one folder can mess you up. Red folder means do not trade any pair with that currency. Orange folder, moderate impact, and yellow is low impact on Forex Factory. So let's take a look at that. So it's forexfactory.com. Let's go here. And the markets are closed right now. So there is no news right now. Saturday, November 13th. The date is here, the time, the currency, the impact. So let's take a look at the week so we can get to see. I just hit this. Okay, good. All right. So the market is going to reopen at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, right? So Sunday, November 14th, here we see at 4:45 p.m., there's going to be a yellow folder on the New Zealand dollar. Now, yellow folder, like I stated before, it's low impact expected. So um, you can trade that if you want to, or you can decide that any currency that has any folders, you're just not going to trade it. But yellow folder is not that big a deal. Orange folder, I would reduce my risk. So if I'm trading 1%, I'm gonna risk 0.5%. Red folder, like I stated, we're not gonna trade any currency pair that has that period because that's high impact, right? And there's one other color, gray, that is for holidays, bank holidays. So what I have found is that if a country has a holiday going on, it really does not negatively impact anything for me when I'm trading. But that's me personally. You know, when trading, you're going to practice and, you know, try out the different scenarios and see what works, see what doesn't work. So, you know, trial and error in your demo account. Let me copy and paste this for anyone that needs it. So this is forexfactory.com. We're going to paste that here. All right. And then we're going to go back. Anybody have any questions about that? No questions? Okay. So next thing, since I checked Forex Factory, so I know what I'm not going to trade. And that's anything that has a red folder, right? Also, the US dollar seems to reign supreme. So if there is a red folder on the US dollar, and if there are multiple folders on the US dollar, somehow it tends to affect all the currencies. So if I see a whole lot happening with the US dollar, if I was going to be trading from 6 a.m. to 7 or 8 a.m. to 9, whatever that hour is, I'll just not bother to trade at that time. I'll just, you know, decide, okay, let me wait for a few. Maybe I'll come back in 2 or 3 hours, right? So Forex Factory tells you what you're not going to trade. But now you need to know what you will look at to trade. And for that, we want to check the currency strength of the different currencies. So there are two sites that I look at. Firstly, we have livecharts.co.uk. So we come here, then I would select currency strength meter. That's here. Select that. Let me copy and drop this in the chat for whoever may need it. There we go. All right. So what we're looking at here is the currency strength represented in bars, and 6 bars is the most that you'll see. So right now we see that US dollar and the euro have just 1 bar, so they're extremely weak. We don't trade this. I don't know what that is. Then we have GBP, the Great Britain pound, the Australian dollar, are the strongest with 6 bars right now, right? So every time you're going to trade, you do your analysis, you want to make sure that the currency strength is as you saw it before you enter a trade. Now, this site does not allow you to have the most up-to-date thing. Like if you had this open for an hour and you come back and you jump on a trading session, you need to hit refresh. It doesn't refresh automatically. So for that reason, there's another site that I like to use, and that's finviz.com, right? So here, I'm going to select Forex for foreign exchange, and let me copy and paste There you go. So now here we're seeing the volume of the currencies, and the strongest currency is going to be to the far left. The weakest will be to the far right. Now, when I'm looking to do a trade, I'm looking for currencies that have the greatest separation. That's going to give me the best probability of having a successful trade after analysis. So AUD being on the left, Euro being on the right, on the furthest ends of it all, I would want to analyze Euro AUD because that's a pairing that exists. Euro AUD. Also, let's see. We have USD JPY. I want to look at the two different types of entries. So there are two entries. There are calls for you to buy the market, or if you think price is going up, right? And that's when the market is bullish. Now, for a bullish market, you want currency one or the base currency to be stronger than currency two or the quote currency. So when one is stronger than two, we're looking for bullish ideas. We're looking for price to go up. That means the market is trending upwards. We're in an upward trending market, right? So here, an example of that would be AUD USD. AUD is on the left. Left is strongest side, right? USD is on the right. So we would be looking for bullish momentum. On the flip side, if currency one is weaker than currency two, as in AUD is on the left here, Euro is on the right, but in the pairing, Euro comes first. It's Euro AUD. So the base is weaker, sorry, than the quote. So when one is weaker than two, we're looking for puts, we're looking for sells, we're looking for price to go down. It's bearish momentum. It's a downward trending market. Does everybody understand that? Silence mean yes, we got it. Okay. All right. So once we know that, then we're going to go to take a look at trading view. Once we know what pairs we want to look at, then we want to go to nope, that's not it. All right. Then we want to go to trading view. There we go. Okay. And trading view, you can use it for free. You don't need to pay, but you can also have the paid version. Let's see, we have a comment here. One per is not enough. That's right. That's right, Ty. All right, so you can do the free version or you can pay. The paid version gives you added features, right? But when you're just starting out, there's nothing wrong with using the free version. You just can use your Google credentials to sign in. So I'm going to be doing a video on how to use TradingView. So look out for that video. All right. I have it on my other channel, but I want to have one on this channel. So we had said Euro AUD, right? So Euro AUD, and I always use Owanda because that coincides with the pricing in the broker. And remember, Euro being on the right as the weakest currency, I said it should be a downward trend. And what do we see here? We see a downward trend. Where's my trend line? Here we go. Right? trending down. And that's what we want to see. So when we do the analysis, then we can be comfortable in saying, yeah, I'm looking for an entry so that I can take this bad boy down because it's trending down. Like we want to trade with the trend. The trend is your friend. Trade with the trend, and you'll have a whole lot more success than going counter trend. You have to be really skilled to dabble in that area, right? So we use DeLorean. DeLorean works really well with a trending market. And when price is trending down, you want to see the EMAs above the candles, right? And the positioning is yellow, red, aqua, gray, blue. That's how you want to see it. Okay. So here is an example. Yellow, red, aqua, gray, blue. You want to see that, and you want to have the stochastic mirroring the yellow and the red line up here. So with yellow being on the bottom, down here, you want to see yellow be on the bottom and red on top, just the same, right? You have that, and you're waiting on your entry. Your entry price is when the candle hits that yellow line, right? As long as things are looking perfect on the stochastic, you can take this trade with confidence. But I really wanted us to go live today and take a look at how to use this new broker. So I'm gonna come over here. I'm not focusing on DeLorean today. We're gonna come over here and I think it was 58. Yeah. We're gonna take a look at this broker. So since we're gonna do this, I'm not endorsing any brokers. So right now, since I'm playing a video, I'm going to say goodbye to YouTube. Thank you for being here with us. But I have to stop this right now. Let's see. Actually, do I go here? Let me see. No, that's not where I go. I go here and I'm going to end the stream. So goodbye, guys. If anybody is interested in doing a trading session with us, we actually trade on Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I live stream that, so you can come back to this YouTube channel and you'll be able to stream, not stream, trade alongside us if you choose to do so. I will show you how to set up a demo account so that you can use some Monopoly money and take some trades. But take care, guys. Bye-bye out there. All right. Okay, guys.